Welcome back to Cliquebait. I'm Keren Margolis. Usually there's an Amanda Gale where you see this air, but we're Amanda-less. She's the heart and soul of this show, isn't she, Andrew? So
she really is. We miss her. She's not feeling well.
Yeah, she's under the weather. So
get well soon.
Yeah,
and,
the show's our potato right now. If you hear people having fun in the background, having a lot of fun, it's because because people are doing another podcast. This is a very successful studio that we work out of.
Back to back to back.
Yeah. So we're around fun. We have fun. It's a fun factory here at Gas Digital Studios. We're obsessed with it.
Did you have fun today? Have you been having a fun day? It's been warmer. Do you feel like better when it's warmer? Are you somebody that gets kind of depressed in the winter?
Yeah. I mean, it's so crazy that they turned it into a disease.
They kind of made it like, it's now an affliction.
Why is it an affliction, a pathology to be sad during the winter? That's how, like, if they it's
called sad.
Yeah,
too.
It's called sad, which is like, how patronizing is that name? Like, can you remember that? Sad people.
It's sad, like you.
SAD stands for suck it up, you degenerate. Yeah, no, of course I get sad in the winter. I'm human.
Do some people get happier in the winter, I wonder? I mean, maybe. I mean, look, towards the end of winter, I finally start to appreciate it, and then it ends. It's like it takes so long. Like
end of winter, like March?
Like, okay, when March happens, I do love March. Like, it starts to get nice. But then you're like, it's nice when there's not a million people outside. You're like, okay, walk around. But then you get kind of hit with the...
March messes with me, though, because March snows.
It can snow. It can snow all the way up to April, at least where you live. I was living upstate, and it was just like...
No.
It was like 3 months was summer, and everything else was winter.
Yeah, but you know what? Summer, not to be like kind of a picky, little annoying, but summer is too hot. And I get, you know what? When I'm sticky, I can't be happy.
No, there's uncomfortableness, and it's a constant maintenance.
It is.
That's how I feel about winter, though, too. I feel like it's a constant, like, lotioning, or else you're...
Well, I'm constantly lotioning 365 days a year. That really makes no difference to me whatsoever.
You do the SPF.
I mean, the head to toe. I have different lotions for different days of the week.
You love the creams.
I love a cream, yeah.
Do you
there's
do
a cream
serums? Do you have a serum? I've never...
100,000%. I can... Do you guys care about this? Do you guys want to talk about serums? I could talk for an hour about serums. Okay. If you guys want to an entire episode about serums, can you please find me on social media? It's Keren Margolis. Keren's with an E, Keren.
You've got
Don't
serum
Karen
experience.
me. Yeah, I have serum experience. Look, you guys, it's my secret dream for someone to message me and be like, I want you to only talk about serums from now on. Okay? If you insist.
What else is there? Is there salve? What other types of products are there?
Well, salves exist, but a salve is kind of like a Vaseline. Do you know what I mean? Like a salve is sort of like a barrier. It's sort of like a barrier repair, I would say. Please don't click off. If you don't care about skincare at all, please just stay. Just fast forward this part because it's going to be like a minute of talking about skincare, my favorite thing in the world. There's creams, there's lotions, there's serums, there's toners, there's essences, and the difference is function, of course, but it's also viscosity. So like a serum is going to be more kind of liquidy or gel-like, and a lotion is going to be more for moisturizing. A cream is going to be for heavier moisturizing, and then you have an occlusive like a Vaseline or an Aquaphor or a CeraVe healing ointment or what have you. Is this fascinating for you?
I think it's fascinating. I haven't gotten up to the serum level. I just see like those products and it's just like a little dropper and it's like, $200 sometimes. I'm like, is this like a blended child or what? What's the secret in this one? Like,
that was anti-Semitic. It's not blended child. It's you don't pay $200 for a serum. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that they're not good. Like they can be good and well formulated, but like there's pretty much no skincare product that's not a prescription that's worth $200. There just isn't. And you can get really good drugstore stuff, blah, blah, blah. I mean, is this making sense? Is this important?
I think so. I think it really like shine a light like just kind of on yourself and what you love and your passions. And
shining a light on my passions. Thank you.
Yeah,
but
like
you know
feel
what?
strongly about it and you have like a whole routine and regimen. You talk about it that you must stick to.
Babe, so strongly. First of all, I want to say like maybe 2 or 3 hours out of the day, and this is how you know I don't have kids, although I want to.
3 hours of the day is dedicated to face lotioning?
To skincare.
Just skincare,
showering and skincare.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Showering.
altogether, morning shower and nighttime shower, this is not including the summer when you have midday shower.
Yes.
But morning shower, nighttime shower, skincare, lotioning, head to toe, hair. If I got to do my hair, now we're talking about a whole day. But that's hours of my life. I have had boyfriends be like, babe, if you have kids, you got to kiss your routine goodbye. And I was like, well, let's cross that bridge when we get to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like you might have to like shorten up and make it more like NASCAR pit stop efficient.
Okay, apparently. Can I hire someone? You know how people hire nannies to take care of their kids? Yeah. Can I hire someone to cleanse my skin?
Yeah, you might be able to. Like, there's a lot of people like right now that are like looking for work and stuff.
Is there? It's racist. Is there someone fresh off of a boat who wants to volunteer? Not volunteer, like I'll pay you, but it's going to be like a
a migrant dermatologist or like a what do you call? Like a esthetician.
Yeah. No, you know what? You don't even have to have any kind of experience or license. I'll just show you. It's literally not rocket science.
It's a lot.
If you can wash a dish, you can cleanse a face. I promise.
Yeah, and it's I understand. So if I sometimes I won't put lotion, and then like the next day, just one time, it's just like a nightmare. The next day, I'm like,
you know what?
my face is all crazy looking.
So Amanda did the research, and most of the people who listen to this podcast are men, which like we love that. We love our male community. Mm-hmm. So this is what I've thought. Okay, I think that men don't talk about skincare to the same level of passion that women do, but I think you can correct me if I'm wrong. That men secretly love it when women take initiative on skincare, like for them, and give them like a little bit of product and education. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah, I think guys like it gives them like a justifiable reason like to wear makeup if you need or like
really
or not. I would not wear makeup. But if someone else is doing it to you, then it's kind of like, oh, it's out of your control.
Is this of interest to you? Because this is a video I've always wanted to make and just haven't. Uh-huh. It's called "Makeup" in quotes. If you're not watching me, I quoted "Makeup for Men." Makeup for men, and basically it means like it's like makeup for the straight guy. Forgive me, all the caveats. Who like don't want to wear makeup, but they want something on their skin. Like I'm thinking people who have to be on camera for some reason, who like
because I think like that's when people experience makeup is when they're like filming something and someone's putting like I think mostly it's like a powder or something for like a shine that they kind of just put it on your. It's not like mascara. It's not like You
guys guess the color of the people who are laughing in the background. Guess. No, I'm kidding. Okay, that was awful. Right. A powder, that's easy peasy. But I mean, like, let's say you have like acne or whatever. Like, I know that men experience things that they want to kind of cover, but they don't want to wear makeup. And to be fair, makeup has a learning curve. Like, it takes women years and years to figure out how to use this stuff correctly. Otherwise, it looks crazy. So, of course, a man, like, most men are not even going to want to touch that. Right. So it would be like a tinted sunscreen and like an under eye like roller serum that has a tint to it. Like, is that something that men want?
Looks nice. No, I think so because like sometimes you see
it looks like skin.
They just do like something and it looks cooling or something. That seems like I don't know if that's makeup though, or you're just talking about.
No, that's makeup. But I mean non-makeup makeup for men. Do you think that's something that people would care about?
I think so. I think if they're just like I drink all day, I have bags under my eyes, I can't get it.
Baby.
Okay,
well, step number 1 is drink water. Don't put on makeup. Take care of yourself. Cleanse.
Yeah.
Drink. Eat.
But yeah, I think like just like a few health tips for the listeners. Like we can all just be better together.
Yeah. If you're listening to this, chug a glass of water right now. I'm gonna have it with you.
Yeah. You don't have to try expensive serum. Just drink water for now. And just see if it makes a
the
difference.
serum. That's step number 2. But let's do you see that we're drinking together?
Cheers. We're chugging water together for 30 seconds straight.
Oh my God. It's so hard to drink water. Why is it so hard?
I know.
It's like a burden. I'll do it if you guys do it.
Look.
It's the least delicious thing I've eaten all day.
I don't mind water that much. Some people like they literally can't. Like they can only drink soda. Like I forget who it is. Like there's certain athletes when they would cramp up and like it's funny when there's like a football player and he just will not drink water.
Psychotic behavior. People who can quench their thirst with sparkling water.
Ooh, because like
that's serial killer behavior.
Yeah, because there's like it's like what do you call? I can't say it. Like there's like an interference. There's like static electricity between your water and you. It's like why do you want to? It's a painful kind of.
It's a horrible experience when I watch someone chug.
You're watching
a
like
soda.
There's like a pain meter going up as you chug it.
Huh? What am I even watching? What's happening here? Anyway, I'm sure this.
Have you ever shotgunned a beer before in your lifetime
Babe.
as a skinny girl?
Literally not once.
I don't
I consider
because
that
it's hard. It's a horrible experience. Like I've only done a few times. Like that's like a big thing.
it looks
but
awful.
like for my body, like it just like all this. I'm gonna sound like such a bitch right now, but like the pressure, it just shoots in your stomach. And my stomach just can't hold it. And it's just like, and I just like
It's not normal.
It shot back out afterwards, but like
Out of your
no, just that like I just.
Oh, you vomited.
Like, it wasn't even like a vomit. It was just like all the foam just went like.
Oh, that's awful. No, I don't. I don't do any of the chugging behaviors. Like, I don't shotgun beers. You know the thing where you drop that disgusting shot into a beer and it curdles
Jaeger bomb.
immediately?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. But that's what it's like drinking something very cold, very fast, and bubbly.
No. That's painful. It's so bad. No, I've never tried. I never done.
Yeah.
Here, you know what? My real fear is because what's the
your
worst
fear?
thing?
Brain freeze?
Not quite, but you're getting close. The real fear for me is like, okay, look, if I can't make it, because it like comes
Yeah.
at you fast, right? If I can't chug the beer, then the worst that's gonna happen, because I'm not just gonna like chug it and then vomit it. I'm not. It's not even gonna go down.
Yeah,
but it's gonna get all over my face and my
It's
body.
gonna come out of your nose.
And
it's
I'm
gonna go down on your clothes.
and I
It's gonna-
can't have that.
It's gonna be in your hair. It's gonna be sticky.
I can't have that. I'm not a man. I can't just shake it off or stick my hand under a faucet. It's not in my DNA. I don't like that.
You don't like to mess with the.
No, and
What's
also,
going on? Now you got foreign products in
I'm
your
an
hair.
adult. I'm not. Yeah, nobody uses beer to style.
It's not cute after a certain age.
It
to have
doesn't
beer
add.
in your hair.
It's not even really cute to have beer in your body
Yeah.
past a certain age. And if I'm gonna have a beer, I'm gonna have a beer. Like I'm gonna sit and enjoy.
You don't
want
wanna,
to
like,
talk to people.
You don't drink
I
as
don't
fast as
wanna
possible.
No, there's
You
nothing
want a
in my life.
competitive edge to it.
There's nothing in my life at this point in my life that I look forward to consuming as fast as possible.
What about instead of drinking? Like, okay, maybe like beer's not your thing. What about if you just have dinner and like you just eat it as fast as possible?
I never do that. I eat slowly. My thing is, I love to eat in tiny little bites,
You
like
do.
anything. Even this would repulse you.
Do they cut it for you like a baby?
No, but I like to eat very slowly while I'm doing other things, like reading a book, for example.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little psychotic. I'll eat something very slowly that's not meant to be eaten slowly at all, like a grape.
What?
Like I'll eat a grape for a long time.
I was gonna say wait, I did not expect that small little. So you cut one single grape
No,
into
you don't
multiple
cut
pieces.
grapes.
Okay, so it's not
crazy. You
So
nibble
so you're
a
just
grape.
nibbling it. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, okay, I got it.
Is it? It really repulses people. Like people don't want to be around that behavior.
I mean, if I saw it was 10 minutes and you're still working on that one grape, and
no, it's horrible. It's like watching a dog chew like a pig ear till it's soggy, and you're like, I don't. You can do that away from me, maybe. I know you love it, but I don't want to
It's
see
impressive that you can make it. You can't, keep it alive for that long without eating it. Like I feel like a grape is so small.
Well, if you're reading a book, you can do anything really slowly.
Have you ever frozen a grape?
I have frozen a grape. Yeah.
It's pretty solid.
Pretty good. Okay, you know what I did, which I feel like is not done in this country?
Sugar?
I made a grape smoothie.
Okay.
I feel like we don't
Okay.
I feel like we don't have those.
Is that just grape juice or it's a smoothie?
No, it's like a smoothie with frozen grapes. Like I made like a protein smoothie with like vanilla, like protein, whatever, like my usual thing.
Yeah.
And then I put a bunch of frozen grapes in there because I didn't have any other fruit. And I was like, why have these frozen grapes?
What
Maybe
kind of
that'll be
grapes are
good.
they?
They're like green grapes. It was really good.
Yeah.
It was actually really good. It was like not too sweet. And I was
Grapes-
like, why don't we do this in this country? Like
Grapes
eating.
are great. They don't get enough love. I don't know.
No, grapes are underrated. You know what's also underrated? Is this gross?
Anchovies.
No, those are delicious. Eating fish with cheese.
Fish with cheese.
Yeah, like cooking
a
fish with
fillet of
cheese.
fish. Or
Yeah, but I don't even mean as a sandwich. I mean like like a fillet of fish and then you put cheese on it. Like that in America, we don't do that. It's like not done. That's like considered to be treasonous.
Yeah. They're usually not together. Yeah, now I think about it.
Right. So
So you
give
started
it some
doing
thought.
that?
No. I'm scared. I feel like it's unpatriotic. And
Yeah.
I'm a huge patriot. Like I'm so proud of this country. I love it. Go Birds. Like I love everything about it. Well,
How do you feel
some things I
about-
don't love as much as other things.
How do you feel about the Birds not going to the Super Bowl? Or going to the White House?
What did they do?
They're refusing to go to the White House.
Is this unlistenable for people with the laughter in the background, or is it adding to the ambience of people having fun? Let me know. They refuse to go to the White House.
I just read that they're declining the. This is crazy.
Oh my God, it's crazy. Listen, this happens every time. Not to get all political, and I'm not trying to tell you what politics are good or bad. I'm just saying we've been through this rodeo one time before, right? We've had this president once before. And just like the last time, there were a bunch of teams and people who were like, no, I'm not going. Fine. Everyone's going to have something up their ass about something, right? There's going to be, we know this is people want to do their little protests and whatever. It's totally within their right. This is a free country. What an amazing country we live in, where you can just decline an invitation to see the president and nothing happens. Nothing happens. In fact, half the country is like cheering you on and is obsessed with that decision. This place is the best.
Yeah, like you would just be like disappeared or something in a lot of other places if you spoke out like publicly against the,
Babe, in France, did you know that they have insult laws?
Yeah, in
where
Germany,
you can go. Yeah, and in Germany.
Yeah, like they can, if you tweet something, they can come to your door, and
if you retweet something, they will come to your door and they can put you in jail.
And apparently, it's like just being like, he's an idiot. It's not even like it's not even like the most severe. It's not even calling him like a cunt or something.
No, not
like,
calling him a cunt. It's just an insult. An insult.
Yeah, which is terrifying. You don't want to live in a world where that level of persecution is happening.
We do live in a world where that level of persecution is happening, but we don't want to live in a country where that's happening. So, the Eagles aren't going to go see the president. Fine. We live in a free society. They don't want to go. They don't have to go.
So you're a little bit disappointed, though. You're a little disappointed that it has to be about politics.
Everything's about politics.
Yeah,
everything's about politics. People are political.
Yeah,
and what's interesting though? It does kind of show the divide between the players and like the fans of the game a little bit, because when they showed Donald Trump on the thing at the Super Bowl, people clapped for him. Like they were excited that he was there, and they booed Taylor Swift.
Yes,
but the players are the opposite. They have sex with Taylor Swift, and they boo the president.
The players.
So that's interesting. That's interesting to me.
The players have, there's been like a change a little bit with like the acceptability, but I think for the most part.
Yeah, but you know what? To be fair for players, they also do the Trump dance when like they in the end zone when they score a touchdown or whatever. It's not.
I was gonna say like MMA. There's been a lot more like MMA.
Yeah.
But like again, it's just like Dana White's super tight with them, so it's like you kind of have to be kind of cool to go along with
Do you have to
or are they just like
do you have to be though? Because I feel like you don't have to be. I feel like you can just kind of. This is an amazing country full of so many people with all kinds of stupid opinions.
Yeah, like
you can have whatever dumb opinion you want.
Yeah, you can.
This is the best country on the face of the earth, right? Listeners, audience. Tell me what you think, because I'm really open to hearing what everybody else thinks, unless it's not the same as me.
I have a very random conspiracy. I don't know if you've heard about it. I saw a few videos this week about Michael Jackson being anti-Semitic.
Was he? No.
Apparently.
No, come on.
Well,
what do you mean?
Well, I mean, there was a conspiracy that he was talking, and that's maybe why he was killed or something. I don't know.
But he was
because
killed,
he had a song that had some like questionable lyrics, and then they made him change it, and then let me pull it up. Let's see if this makes sense. I just had like it was just like, oh, you think Michael Jackson was a
I mean, do you think did the Jews make him do that to his face? Like, I don't know. There was like a bunch of questionable things that happened.
It was just the first time I heard
like Jews are not responsible for.
Do you really think it was? Well, there's a line in it says, "Jew me, sue me, everybody do me, kick me, don't you black or white me." So that's a line in the song. So
okay, devil's advocate. He does say Jew but he also says black and white. So and he was both of those things.
Yeah.
He was both black and white. So is that a self-own? Like maybe he was just rhyming.
That's true. I mean, it was brought up to I think the ADL or
was it?
But no, basically they asked him like to stop saying that. Don't say those words anymore. And he agreed to it, but then the internet's not working. But basically, he refused to.
He refused to stop singing Jew.
Yeah, he kept singing it. Like they're like he's doing it in Brazil. Like he said he'd stop, but he's still doing it.
Well, the words are the words, babe. Once the song is written, that is what it is. The song is more than the sum of its parts. It's its own organism. So it's like chopping off your hand because you don't like how somebody like drew. Like
no, I don't believe it.
That he was anti-Semitic? Did he have the energy for that?
And that he was like, it was all made up. That the stuff is all fake. That it was all a conspiracy to silence him and make him look bad.
Here's the thing. If you're in, this is how physics works, okay? If you leave a child with no parents or supervision, with an adult that's not related to them, sometimes that is related to them, but with an adult that's not their parent, biological parent, okay? You leave them completely unsupervised for entire nights and days at a time, okay? With someone with an unusual fondness for children. Now add that to the equation, okay? We're just dealing with a set of probabilities here because we weren't there. The likelihood of them getting SA'd is 10,000%. So this is just science, okay? This is how science works.
You just think because a man and a boy are in a bed together that something happens?
Let's unpack that sentence.
Like a man, okay, yes.
Just because a man and a boy, they're not related. So this man is not the boy's father.
But they're friends, though.
No.
Can they be friends?
No.
In an innocent.
A man cannot. It's not innocent.
Is there an age limit to when you is there an age of consent for just being friends?
Children can't consent to anything. They are children.
Right, but
they must be told what's good for them. Can they consent to being friends with a grown adult?
Like, what if there's
no.
a guy they both play Pokemon or something, right? They're playing cards and they're friends because they're on the same level.
If you're my child, I want you to listen to this very carefully.
I love the threatening tone to the listeners.
Listen to your mother.
Yes.
You are not to play video games or other games, real or imaginary games, with any adult. That's not your mommy or your daddy or your auntie or whatever, an approved adult. You are not to do it with a strange adult. Let me just say strange adult. That was a very sideways way.
Do you think Michael Jackson's a strange adult though, or is he the king of pop?
You can be two things at once. I don't know the king of pop personally, so to me, he is a strange adult. Now, could I be in a room with him? Yeah, I'm a grown woman. And, could I get got if somebody wanted to get me? 1,000%. I'm this person.
Do you think
I am a noodle.
Were there signs that, could be some weird stuff going on, do you think, with Michael?
The sign, if a grown man wants to spend time one-on-one with a child.
Like a sleepover. That's a red flag in and of itself. What if he says it in like a nice way? I just want to play with him.
I'm sure he did say it in a nice way. In fact, I'm sure. Okay, let me give a bit of a take. I'm not sure of anything. I wasn't there, but I sense that I don't think Michael Jackson meant to harm anybody.
Right.
Now, that behavior is harmful if it happened, right? It is harmful definitionally, but I think he was childlike himself.
That's what they say.
So I think he was relating to who he could relate to and maybe having physical experiences with who he could relate to.
Yeah.
So I don't know that he wanted to hurt anybody. In fact, I think probably the opposite. Let's give him let's just give him that benefit of the doubt that he wasn't malicious. Now, everything else it's a felony.
Yeah,
everything about it is
it wasn't right, but he did. But he was a generous lover. No, yeah, it's terrible what happened allegedly.
Allegedly, it was allegedly very bad.
But yeah, this conspiracy is floating that he was super against Israel and stuff that I'd never heard of. And I keep seeing all these other videos where it's like Michael Jackson's like in the car and stuff, and he's like, ooh, it's like look at those titties over there, like just being not this like. Hi, I'm Michael Jackson.
He said, "Look at those titties."
Yeah. Like he said wild stuff. Like, well, his voice changes and like whoa, what was like we're just not all.
Where's that video?
All right,
for our podcast, do people even care about us?
There was a whole compilation of.
You're saying this, but there's no compilation. Where is it?
All right, we can find something.
Well, let's watch a video together. It's okay. Let's find a video that we have.
So this is a big news issue this week.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you care, but it's about guys and if guys are hot and stuff like this. So I feel
if guys are hot, I care.
Yes, I need to get your opinion. So how do you feel about the Yankees? Like the Yankees, they have a very strict.
So neutral.
So the Yankees had a very strict dress code. You could have no beard, no facial hair. Never. It was like a super strict rule, and
so you're out.
So they were the only team. So all these players, they would like come to the Yankees and they'd be forced to cut their hair. They had to have short hair and they had to have no facial hair at all.
It's a little Third Reichy, isn't it?
Kind of. Yeah, it was very like old school.
It's
and,
very
like,
show me your papers.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
a little
like,
extreme.
it's kind of very army mentality.
Are there other teams that make you do that?
They were the only team left that had like a
it's
policy
like
that.
old school. Okay, got it.
Yeah, so they were kind of proud at some point, like, oh, this is tradition. This is what we do. This is the Yankee way. But like, there's a lot of players that just they're not the same. Like they just play worse and they look
they
like,
play worse.
Like because like they lose themselves.
Oh,
like
they're
this is who I am. I'm a guy
Mm-hmm.
with long hair and a beard, and now I'm like so. There's a few people I'm just gonna just show you. Like,
Okay, show me
what they look like.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna see what you look like without a beard.
It was brutal. I did it last year. One time,
Really?
happened by accident. It just kind of
By accident?
Yeah, that's how it happens usually. Like usually you try to do like the mustache, and then you gotta shave it all off, and then you want to kill it.
Okay, this guy looks so good. He looks so much better. Oh my god.
Wait, which one do you like better? You like the shaved?
Shaved.
Wow. Okay, I'm interested to
What
hear
was
this
he thinking? Does he not have a woman in his life who loves him?
Interesting.
I think he looks so. The facial hair is awful.
You think the facial? Okay, what about this?
Ooh, well, this is apples to oranges because we need a picture of him. That's a horrible
With the
picture
hat.
with the hat.
And then
Yeah,
also
can we?
maybe
Let me
naked.
try. Let me block out his head. I'm gonna sneeze, babe.
Bless you.
Oh my god, I muted it because I feel like if I'm gonna
Did
sneeze,
you-
it should be behind a paywall.
Did you hit the cough button for the
Yeah,
sneeze?
I did. Because I think I should. I feel like
Professional broadcaster.
I
right
feel
there.
like there's an upsell here somewhere. If I'm gonna be sneezing like that, it's like sneezing in feet. You let me know if you have any interest because I want to buy a house.
Yeah, we need to know what our what kinks and fetishes our listeners are into.
Drop them in the comments.
Yeah, especially if they're like really not weird. Like,
Help me help you. Help me make money. Okay, whoever this guy is. Okay, I just want let me just say this.
Yeah.
It looks like baseball players do not have any taste in
Nobody.
facial hair.
No, I think baseball players
is
they're still
happening?
rocking like the soul patch. You know, like that thing. Or, like, the
I don't want to
flavor
make this
saver.
racial at all. Like, I don't.
Okay.
If you do whatever thing you
How
want
are
to do
you
with your
gonna make
facial
this
hair,
racial?
but like, because I just feel like if you come down on a soul patch, like there's like a certain demographic of people who are prone to soul patches.
Who is
and,
a
like,
soul patch?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to make it racial.
I don't know. Okay. So
This guy looks so goofy.
He didn't have that much facial hair.
He looks like he's made of clay.
Okay, so Johnny Damon was a big example. Okay, so yeah, it was like more like a rugged caveman looking guy.
Right. No,
and now it's just I don't know, like he plays
looks like
the same,
someone
but-
right. He looks like someone cleaned up the Geico caveman.
Yeah.
Like someone waxed a caveman.
So it's like I don't know. So okay, so
Okay. That guy looks okay. Who is that?
This is Garrett Cole. He's a pitcher for the Yankees.
Okay. He's a handsome man.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks good with the beard, I have to say. Ooh.
So Randy Johnson was not particularly great looking any time in his career.
He's
but
okay.
he was yeah.
He's okay.
He's 6'11", so does that turn you on?
Does it turn me on?
Is that too tall?
It's really tall. That's like neck problems for the rest of your life.
Yeah, for you?
Yeah, for me. Because that's constantly, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you're gonna be constantly looking up.
Maybe that's
to
good
hear
since
him.
we're always looking at our screens. Maybe if you date a really tall guy, it helps even out your neck muscles. You know what I mean?
That's true.
'Cause you got to look up and then look down.
I was thinking about that earlier because like I never really look up because like I was looking like the roofs as I was walking by.
No one looks up. Up is out.
Yeah,
Everything is down.
up is so in.
Up.
Is back. But
Okay,
so when
well, look, he doesn't. I don't like the. You know what it is? The mustache with the long hair is like a mullet on your face. Like your head is the mullet. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like the mustache is the short part, and the. Does that make sense? Is this crazy?
I see it like, and I just feel like sometimes like it gives your head a different shape afterwards, and I don't know. I just feel like
you know what? I think he looks okay. Who else?
Okay.
No, that one's not good. That's not a good one. That's not. Who is that guy?
Before and after.
Who's the goofy-looking bald guy? He looks like he pets rabbits too hard.
So I'm just the newest guy. Okay, Verdugo. Verdugo is the newest example because
He's the latest victim.
Because they were like, this is a big deal because he's this is him, and like they're like, okay,
Wait,
he's
he looks
better. They think he's better.
beautiful without facial hair.
I see you're a fan of like the cherubic.
He looks wonderful. Also,
He's just like a
oh, he's an attractive man. Oh, the facial hair is not good. Oh, it's not good. Oh God,
I
no.
disagree,
And not how
but
it was growing in like that. It was growing like it was fleeing from his cheeks and like going like fleeing like the Jews out of Egypt to his neck. Like,
You don't think this is like too young looking?
I think that's a bad picture. I think it's a bad picture. Listen, that was a big call out because my ex-boyfriend is 60 years old. So, I do not like them overly young. I really don't. But we're talking about aesthetics, not not my
just
dating
the look.
preferences.
Yeah. But I guess from a woman's perspective, do you prefer? Do you prefer? He does look,
so much better. Oh,
so
God.
much better.
It almost feels like I can relax when I look at him without facial hair.
Does it makes you nervous?
It gives me anxiety. Why does it look like that?
Why? Why is it suspicious?
It's not suspicious.
It's manicured.
No, you know what? The aesthetics are so off for me. Like it's so scraggly here, and then it grows kind of luscious. But I can't really reconcile why it's patchy and then grows luscious. I want it to just be uniform.
Do you like the more utilitarian, like you like to kiss a face, so you don't want any hair on it? You like to touch the face, and the hair is uncomfortable, or is it we're talking just aesthetics and looks?
An amazing question. There's two things going on. There's aesthetics, but also your body, your choice. Like do whatever you want with your face. Yeah. But also you have to pick a direction if you're going to kiss women because unless you're very rich. Because
what do you mean by that?
So this is what I mean. You're either clean shaven or you have a beard grown out enough that it's not stabby. Do you know what I mean? Like stubble is really stabby. Like a little bit of growth is stabby and it hurts. Like I've had the skin rubbed off my face from kissing someone so hard that it formed like a wound.
Oh, okay. So it was like
a
short.
Wound.
It was pretty short.
It was stubbly, and we had to have a conversation.
It's like sandpaper.
Right? It's like knives. I said, "Please shave your knives," and he did. It was, it's a very gentlemanly thing to do.
Yeah, that's about communication. Relationships about communication.
It's all about communication.
Sacrifice.
Right. I mean, he hasn't asked me to make any physical adjustments.
Yeah.
But I would consider it.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's
love is love. Yeah,
So.
I mean, what? Honestly, I'd be really insulted. If a man asked me to change anything about myself.
Anything at all. Be like,
this isn't for me.
What
else?
Like hair color. Yeah, no, that's how. Oh, there was a woman who got, she was forcibly thrown out of a town hall meeting.
Okay,
did you hear about this?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I don't know
this just
what
happened today. So this is
today.
Brand spanking.
Oh my God, we're so on it. Wait, turn on the volume, will you?
Okay, let's get some Vol videos, or we're not.
Why? Why do we do it?
Why is this computer cursed? All right, I can just do this then.
Wait, we maybe play it without volume then. This is a nightmare. Why is she being dragged?
Look at Amanda.
There's a woman being dragged across the floor by the arms.
So basically,
her hair's on her face.
She's been 4 men come and they forcibly take her away.
Are those security or are they just civilians?
I believe they are security.
Why? Yeah. Do you know what happened?
She was just.
She was yelling.
She was being.
What does it say? She was.
She was stripped. She was violently stripped away when she was forcibly removed by 3 unidentified men at a town hall. Led by a local Republican committee who described the woman as disruptive. So she's being quote unquote disruptive, and then the 3 unidentified men just removed her.
Removed is a nice word for what they did. Yeah, they dragged her out by the arms. You know what though? As an adult, if you're dragged out, you definitely up. Definitely. If you have lost the use of your legs or refuse to use your legs, then you did something wrong because we're all grown and we are capable. You're not a child throwing a tantrum in the street. If you are respectfully asked to leave or even disrespectfully asked to leave, don't you just leave? Like, isn't your policy, I don't want to be where I'm not wanted?
I mean, like, if you get dragged out by your hands like that, like a child, like, what do they do at the end? They just kind of like drag you out as you're screaming.
She's screaming.
I mean, but at some point, like, if you're just like, you're allowed to like have a different opinion. But I guess if they ask you to, at some point,
they wrangled her like they're on a safari. She's kicking her little legs. Oh, baby. Here's the thing, though. What would scare me is like everything's a lawsuit now. So she could be like, "Ooh, like I have permanent shoulder damage or whatever," even though it's like you're probably fine. She's not. Like she's like in her 30s.
Yeah, the cynical part of me like thinks like this is what she wanted. Maybe she wanted like a viral moment where like now everybody's
so right.
But again,
did she want to be tackled by 4 men? Maybe that might be how she comes. But
I mean, at some point, like, because I see situations like this all the time where like somebody's being asked to like leave or they're being thrown out of somewhere. Then they're trying to find a way to leave on a note that doesn't make them look so stupid. Like
that wasn't it.
So she's like, I'm not going, not yet. I have one more thing to say. And then like, no, you're leaving right now. And then she's like, one more. And like, then they literally just all grab you and just walk away.
I have to say,
but I mean, like, yeah.
Can I just like imagineer myself in her situation? I'm screaming, I'm shouting, I'm freaking out.
There's a politician. And you're like, I disagree with you. I think you're dumb and you're stupid.
Great. I think you're dumb. Your kids are dumb. Your wife is dumb. Okay, fine. I'm like,
you have to leave.
You have to leave.
I'm not going. Would you say? Would you say I'm not going anywhere, or would you say okay, they don't want me here, I'm going to leave?
I would say I would talk a big game. I would say a bunch of stuff until I saw 3 grown men coming at me with their arms outstretched, and I know what's happening.
You immediately give up. You say okay, fine.
Immediately give up implies that there's a fight. You know what I mean? Like you think if one man comes at me, I'm done for. So I'm gonna see that. I'm gonna go. You know what? I don't want this to be on camera because I'm gonna look maybe like weird being dragged. Like, okay, you know how long it has taken us to like set up this camera so that I like the lighting and I like the shot and everything.
Yeah.
Imagine you're so out of control of the shot because you're being dragged by your arms.
I mean, at this point, like you have to look at yourself and maybe be like, okay.
Look in the mirror, lady. If you're being dragged out of a place, it's time to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what happened? Who hurt me?
You know, we've all, maybe drank too much and been dragged out of a bar.
Have we?
But if you
all
have,
of us?
But if that happened, I would guess that you're probably.
You know how bad you need to up as a woman to be dragged out of a place?
Because men are terrified to be too violent and they don't want, like,
no one wants. You're right. No one wants.
I was a bouncer, and like, if there was like 2 women fighting, you didn't want to get in between because, like, what if you accidentally touch a boob when you're trying to just push people away or something? And
no,
then, like,
and people don't want to handle women like that in a physical way. They want you to just go away on your own and just. And
it's like
men don't. It's not the same as men handling other men.
Yeah. It's more just like. Then you just gotta like pick them up and separate them, which is kind of demeaning, I guess. But
well, if you're fighting, look, if
women fighting can be more nasty because there's more like
of course
scratchy
it's nasty.
and hair Hair pulling is
I don't want to be
vicious.
I don't want to be on the receiving end of any of that. Look at me. Look at my noodle body.
You're not looking for that smoke.
Okay, I'm not looking for that smoke. You've never met a person who works out every day and is as weak as me. Never.
You were going with that. You're weak,
babe. Doors, jars, things they defeat me.
Your wrist, your wrist strength is not.
That's all
strength. That's
for
muscle,
babe. This is all for show. This is aesthetics only. I can't. I meet a door. When I meet a door, my hand just kind of mushes up against it.
Yeah.
Thank God I have a boyfriend because sometimes I go up to a door and I go. I just wait for him to help me out.
What would you do otherwise? You couldn't leave.
It's New York, so people are always coming in and out of doors. That's the secret.
So you could open your own door to leave, though. That's good.
It's hard.
You have to get your.
It's hard, babe.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If a man came towards me aggressively, and demanded that I leave, I would be out the door before he finished a sentence.
But don't you feel like, there's nothing he can do?
No.
And then you're gonna like taunt him.
No.
He's like, what are you gonna do about it?
No. I'm not, babe. I'm not that girl. I'm not. I'm not. What are you gonna do about it, girl? Because I have some idea what you can do about it. And listen. You can't have it both ways. Where feminism means we're equal and we do equal things. And listen, I'm all for equal pay for equal work. Blah blah blah. Women should vote. Women should drive. But if you mouth off, you call yourself a feminist, we live in a feminist society, and you are mouth off to that extent where you're actually being like verbally violent and harassing people and impinging on their rights, you're not going to not get dragged out just because you're a woman. It's equality. You
basically think women should be tased as well as men. Everyone should be tased equally.
I don't want anybody to be tased. I don't wish tasing on anyone.
No. But this feels like at that point when like
But
you're asked to leave and then you're like still continuing to, and then you're at the risk of being tased.
If a man would be tased in the same situation, then a woman should also be tased in that situation. And I'll say women are probably tased less frequently than men in the same situation because no one wants to tase a girl. It's unpleasant. I'm sure that for a man, it's unpleasant to have to go back and write whatever paperwork he's got to write and go, I tased a woman. It's unsavory. As a woman, though, I'll say for a man being tased, I'm sure it's not ideal. I'm sure it's horrible. But if you go to your friends and you're like, oh, I was tased, there's something like a little bit badass about it. I mean, it's a huge red flag.
Guys tase themselves for fun.
For fun.
Hot.
It's hot. That's that's my porn surge. But if a girl goes to her friends and goes, I was tased, girls would be like, oh my God, what did you do? That's a very unfeminine experience to have.
Yeah, it's such a bizarre. You're like, I don't know. You're kind of like what was going on? Like this is insane.
Up. If you got tased,
you must have been so wild.
You need to go to inpatient. It's time for you need to be medicated.
I wonder what the stats are like. Men to women being tased.
I mean, you probably have some rough idea. It's probably not more women than men being tased. Let's be honest.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably.
You've never been tased.
Babe, I would be deceased.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here sitting in front of you. I would be a shell of myself. It'd be like I'd be lobotomized.
How tall are you, Karen?
5'4".
So I don't have to listen.
Something like 113 pounds.
Because you may seem very intimidating on this podcast, especially today. But you're 5'4", so that tase could possibly take you out.
It could take me out. I know that I'm an intellectual and comedic heavyweight, but physically, you see these noodles on me? I'm not.
I like that you know who you are, though. You know who you are, and you're not trying to be anything different. You're not trying to be a tough
I can't even be kissed too hard, or else my skin peels off my face.
If you kiss her too hard, her lips will start bleeding.
I'll break.
Your mustache is too long. Yeah.
No, it's gonna hurt my inside and out. If you tase me, you know how bad that would hurt my feelings.
And would you feel ashamed though?
It depends on the context. I mean, if you tase me for no reason, I would sue you.
Okay, what if, let's say, you went to a political event and they were just so annoying, and you're like, I gotta say something. But you guys are just out of your mind. You guys are just mentally ill, or if you just, and then
my viral moment is here.
And then they're like, you have to get out of here. And then you're like, who are you to tell me who even are? I don't know. And then
no, if I felt even remotely threatened, I would leave. I am not being tased.
You're past violent altercations.
Past?
You've grown past.
Was I ever there? Past violent altercations? Babe, I'm not a violent altercator. I'm not an altercator. I don't even I'll tell you what I'm past. I'm past verbal altercation. I'm not into it. I don't like it. I don't want to be fought with. Here's the thing. If you step to me, if you square up to me, then I will 100% tell my boyfriend to hit you. But I will safely duck out of the way. No. I've been in situations where not men, obviously, but a girl's when I used to waitress or hostess here in the city, back in the day, and some girl would once in a while get a drunk crazy person coming in freaking out. I duck behind the bar so fast. Yeah. And I was told, by the way, by the other people there, they were like, get down. Everyone knew that I would break in half, and no one wanted that. That's a lawsuit.
I mean, that's smart. You don't have an ego about it. You're aware that.
Well, I have some ego about it. I have some ego about not being tased. I don't want to be tased, and I don't want to be punched. It would be bad for my ego.
You have self-worth that they're you're not better than everybody, but you're better than that.
Is it a self-esteem issue to not want to be tased?
If you feel like you're better than that,
It's not a matter. Okay, it's not a matter of being superior to being tased.
And look, if you've been tased, we're not judging you. Stuff does happen.
Okay, first of all,
people get tased wrongly all the time.
We love our tased community.
Tasey.
However, if you're not just sitting there getting tased for fun and it's not a wrongful tasing, look at you. Look at the state of you.
I mean, look, I'm sure it was a wake-up call, but
well, I hope you can't be sure.
Hopefully, but look, if it wasn't, and you're back to the same old tricks, I'm just saying, just look at your life, because You're gonna get tased again, and this time it may be worse.
You know what? You're so right. Nothing happens once. Like this lady was definitely dragged out by her arms of another place.
There's warning signs that people miss all the time. Like there was clear, like you need to change your life. You need to turn it around. Like,
this is her.
That should have been rock bottom.
This should be rock bottom. Nothing happens once. I'm telling you, where there's one being dragged out by the arms, there's multiple being dragged out by the arms. You think this is the first time anybody's ever had to drag her out of anything?
I just like I like the idea that like as you're getting dragged out of your art, you finally give up. You're like, all right, fine.
But she didn't give up. She was screaming and freaking out. I would be, at some point, I'd be like, okay. I'd be like, okay, wait, you guys, wait, stop.
But then you lose,
gonna just get up.
But then you lose.
You've already lost.
You gotta keep screaming. You gotta keep talking.
No,
all the way.
Or maybe she's really smart and she's like, I'm gonna let these people drag me out because then I'll take myself to the ER and be like, I'm in so much pain, and then I'll go to the police and blah blah blah, and then I'm call a lawyer. Like maybe she's playing 4D chess with them. You know what I mean? She's like, I'll let myself just be dragged out because this is gonna be a lawsuit.
So I mean,
women think ahead.
So you think she was possibly trying to get a lawsuit? Interesting.
I don't know, or maybe she was just that.
I think
doesn't mind being dragged out.
She wasn't afraid of saying what she had to say.
Clearly,
she clearly,
you know what?
She
She's
won't
a
stop.
Girl boss.
She is. All right, so
let's do one more.
All right, so there is a culture. So there's a company called Culture Kings. It is a streetwear company, and the founder he traveled to Mexico for a bizarre medical procedure. I don't know if you're familiar with this procedure.
I just tried to drink more water, Andrew.
How did you do?
It was so gross. If you're listening to this, drink a cup of water right now. Let's do it together. Hold on.
It's cool and refreshing, and it hydrates your body. Don't you?
I'm not thirsty though, so it's hard. It's not good. I don't like it. Oh my god! I have this much. I have this much.
She's struggling here. She'll do.
How do they know it's not vodka?
Donate 5 tokens and she'll chug the rest of the water.
I'm gonna chug it. Okay, so what is it? Culture Kings did what?
So Culture King. So the co-founder, he went to Mexico to do a bizarre health procedure.
Oh.
So he went to have his blood drained 4 times. They take out his blood and they drain it and then they put it back. So
once they drain my blood, like you can have it, babe. I don't want my old gross blood back.
Doesn't that sound interesting to you though? Like just like an experimental procedure. Like I feel like once a year, I'm just like, what if maybe I'll do something to make me feel better, and I'll try.
No, I do that. It's called a facial. I
like
have never
or like you drink something like
Andrew, I've never been like, what do I have that I don't need?
What if I just got my blood redone?
Well, yeah, I've never thought, what do I have that I don't need? All my blood. I don't. That pesky blood. Ugh. You know what? I could definitely have you know what I want them to take out, clean, and put back in?
What?
My brain.
You just want the whole brain?
Yeah, I just want a brain scrubbing.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
This is how you know you have too much money.
Yeah. There's that guy. You probably seen him. He's like an entrepreneur. He's doing like all these medical procedures.
No, there are those guys. This is the male equivalent of a woman getting too much plastic surgery. Some men do that too because they have so much money that doctors don't want to say no. There's like, oh, I'll just get my blood deblooded. Okay.
Yeah, and it's like they're things that are like maybe they're not bad necessarily. So they're like, yeah, we'll do this thing. And it's like maybe it's just neutral, like hopefully, and then they just take it.
Who says you need? Okay, let's say they're like, okay, we'll take out all your blood and then put it back in. Well, and then he goes, do that 3 more times. Yeah, at what point does the medical establishment say, no, it's plenty. You've had enough blood filtering. Is there a video of this or a story?
This was.
How do you even know? Can we fact check you? All right. Oh my God, what is happening with our video, Andrew? This is life ruining. Why don't we have any sound or video? Mad at us? Is that his girlfriend? Oh no, it's like an ad. Oh no, wait, go up. Who is she? Oh, he has a smoking hot girlfriend. Maybe that's and he's goofy looking. I understand now. Maybe that's the solution. Okay, this is my theory. He doesn't want to get plastic surgery because maybe he thinks it's a feminine thing or whatever. Although good plastic surgery is for everybody. And he wants to keep this hot chick that he's got on his arm. So he's like, I know, I won't change the outside, but I will change the inside. Because what she's probably attracted to, what's probably turning her off and drying her up like a raisin is the fact that I have too much blood. So what I should do is have less and better blood. And she'll be into it. And maybe that's her thing. Maybe she was like, babe, I want to talk to you about your blood. And he's like, done. It's like when I asked my boyfriend to shave his face and he was like, babe, consider it done.
Do you think like if you saw him like and he has new blood, you'd be able to tell? Like, cause you like something's different.
Girls
about
can
you.
tell. Girls can like smell it on you when you have old blood or new blood.
It's like when girls get a haircut. Like
it's an ick. Like we just don't
women,
really know why, but we can just kind of tell that your like blood's kind of not right.
Shouldn't even compliment me.
In Mexico, removing all microplastics, viruses, precancer, tumor cells from blood.
Yeah, so in Mexico.
His name is Mr. Beard. Oh, it is Mr. Beard. It's Simon Beard. You know,
and he has no beard.
I am so
back to the beards.
Jealous of the doctor who convinced him that this was possible, that you could just de-microplastic everything by just having like a blood. This is like a spa day for men, like blood day with the guys. Like, is that what men do?
Like it just runs through a machine and it just.
Imagine if he gets hooked on blood cleaning and he needs to get like an at-home blood cleaning machine, and you find him and it's like we have to. You ever watch the show Intervention?
Yeah.
Okay, like imagine like in the home video of them submitting it to the show to like nominate someone for the show.
Yeah.
You open the closet and it's him sitting in the dark with a blood machine,
like
and he's like, "I said close the door."
He's like, I can't stop cleaning my blood.
Right.
6 times a day, and it's got to be cleaner. I mean, it's got to be clean.
Here's what I always say, okay? Because I have certain compulsive habits. Like I really love beauty and skincare. Like I spend money somewhat compulsively, and it's not like millions of dollars, but I do spend a lot of money somewhat.
Yeah.
Somewhat. I want to just caveat this by saying I'm not unhinged.
So you're in the market for this potentially.
Yes, this is right up my alley.
You're almost there.
But I'm just saying, like, for example, I spend a lot of money on sunscreen. Like a lot. I love it. I get a high out of it. When I see a new sunscreen that checks my boxes, I can't not buy it.
It's exciting.
And when I think, I'm like, it's so exciting. When I think, I get the endorphin rush, and I go, maybe I shouldn't be buying all this sunscreen. Like maybe I have sunscreen at home. I think to myself, well, I could be doing drugs, and I'm not.
Exactly.
I could have an OnlyFans. I love our OnlyFans community, but like I'm
or
not.
a vice. You could have a vice that's more dangerous.
I don't smoke cigarettes. You know, all I'm doing is buying sunscreen. So this guy's probably like, he's not cheating on his girlfriend. You know. And here's the thing: a man can't cheat on you if he's getting his blood cleaned.
Exactly.
A faithful man is a man who's hooked up to a blood cleaning machine.
He's busy.
He's busy
changing his blood.
He could be banging hookers and doing cocaine, but he's not. He's cleaning his blood. It's very wholesome,
he's swapping different fluids.
He's very It's a different fluid-based hobby.
He's got his own fluids bound.
Is it so wrong? If you want to waste your own money, listen, some people would look at me and be like,
I don't know, were we judging him? I don't think we were judging him.
Literally, babe, do you know how much money I spend? Look, sunscreen is a line item for me. Monthly. Like that.
What if you see a number you haven't seen before, like 48?
No. 48 exists. I mean, babe, who are you talking to? If I saw...
Every number exists.
By the way, please, if you're listening to this or watching this, and you can put me on...
Sephora. If you work at Sephora...
If you work at Sephora, come to me.
And you can hook.
But here's what I want. If there's a sunscreen that I haven't heard of, and there isn't, but if there is, you tell me, especially if you live like somewhere else where they have different kind of UVA filters and all that kind of thing.
What about
I'm
UVF?
looking for... Wait. Yep. Don't want that. Don't want any UVs. I want a high SPF. That means 50 plus. Okay. Over 50, really, because you don't find a lot of that. Mineral sunscreen that goes on sheer. Not tinted.
Thick?
No.
Greasy?
Nah. A cosmetically elegant mineral above SPF 50 sunscreen. Please find
mineral?
me.
Mineral.
Those who know. Okay. It's titanium dioxide or zinc oxide. I don't. I'm lost for words. I don't know how to impress upon people how much more important that is to me than everything else. Than my relationships.
The Oscars. The Grammys.
Oscars? Do they even rate? Babe, it's for me, it's like sunscreens here, and then my family, boyfriend, friends, this podcast are here. Did you see how much I moved my hand?
Yes.
Because it was negligible.
Yeah.
It go from here to here. I mean...
And then where's the Oscars?
Babe, blink and you miss it. The Oscars? The Oscars are out of frame. Well, the Oscars are... It's very confusing doing this. The Oscars aren't even here in the room with us.
Sunscreen was at the top?
Okay, I didn't want to be that aggressive because I don't know if you saw how my hand went. I did sort of marginally. I marginally made my...
It was above the podcast. I don't know if you saw it. Listen, all your listeners, she said, this is where the podcast is. This is where my love for sunscreen is.
It goes love for family and close loved ones, right? Close people. Sunscreen, we haven't moved the hand. And podcast... is just a molecule
slight.
below. Babe, it's very important to me, sunscreen. It's very important.
I'm learning the importance of it. It's really like you're selling it to them. You should work for
Big sunscreen.
You should, because I haven't heard this so much passion when it comes to sunscreen
ever. I want to work for Big Sunscreen. Oh my god, if you're a sunscreen,
copper tone. You could be the copper tone girl.
That would be a dream. It would, but I think like Karen Feehan has that covered. By the way, if you should look her up her Instagram because she's fire, fire. But what's that? You know Luigi Mangione, the guy that he shot?
Yes,
Luigi.
Yeah. I was kidding.
The guy that he shot?
Yes.
Because he was like big insurance, like he was like the big bad insurance guy, right? Okay, I don't want to be bad, but I want to be like that version. I don't want to take advantage of people. I'm not saying he did do that, but whatever. I want to be that version of the sunscreen industry. Like I want to be like top of the heap.
You want to be the CEO of sunscreen?
Yeah, I want to be the billionaire CEO of sunscreen. I want to have to walk around with security at all hours.
Who's coming after you though?
I don't know. Luigi?
Wow.
Luigi? Aren't there like where there's one Luigi,
right.
There's more Luigis. That can't be the only Luigi.
And I bet you like if you're trying to protect people from getting, skin problems, there's probably people that don't want that.
And by the way, yeah, I bet there's Big Sun who doesn't want that.
But the big cancer medicines, they got it.
And by the way, you think that this is just a purely selfish endeavor because I'm the same color as my t-shirt? No. It's not. I care about you and you and you and you. And I care about your skin and I care about you guys. I don't care how much melanin you have. I don't care if you're a man or a woman or how old you are. You should be wearing sunscreen. This has really gone off the rails.
No. This is full circle. We started sunscreen and we're back on skincare.
Did we start it? Yeah, we did.
Okay, this is sprinkle back. But this is where it's back. It's back to the passion.
This is such a nice... Look, we talk
about beards. We talk about skin. Everything. Everyone's got a face.
Literally. You're so smart. If you guys want to talk about sunscreen, please hit me up. You don't understand how much every day I go, I wish a podcast subscriber would just want to talk to me about sunscreen because that would just be everything that I could ever want. So if you do, or even if you don't.
Even if you don't, but just ask her anyway.
Ask me anything. I want to do a Reddit. Ask me anything.
About skincare.
About sunscreen.
About sunscreen.
I'm going to follow me on Instagram. Say hi to me. We can be friends. I would love that. And I'm going to do one of those like anonymous ask me anything. Like you can ask me anything you want about sunscreen.
Just about sunscreen.
And about anything. You can ask me anything, but I will answer the ones about sunscreen. Those will be priority number one for me. And then later about my dating history or whatever if you want to know.
So what do you feel? Like,
sometimes people want to know.
You see there's a new sunscreen. Like you get hit with that ad. Like what do you feel inside? Is it like a tingling? Is it like a...
Babe, I get hit with this. I imagine it's like this, okay? I don't have an addictive personality.
Compare it to? It's like
I'm going to try to compare it to something that I haven't experienced, okay? I don't have an addictive personality to substances, right? Like I've tried this and that. It's never stuck. I've smoked cigarettes. It's never stuck. Like I'm not addicted. Mm-hmm. But I imagine that if you have like a severe addiction where you have to go to a rehab or go to therapy or like go to 12-step.
Yeah.
And you're maybe around that thing or you have some emotional trigger or something hits you hard and you just really want that, like really want that thing. It feels like that. Do I know what that feels like? I don't, but I do. Wow. Because it's a new sunscreen. You're out of your mind?
It's just a rush of endorphins or whatever.
No. It's a craving. It's a
craving.
It's the pre-dopamine because it's...
So the craving's there right now. So like that's kind of like...
it's always there. That's very astute. It's always kind of running in the background like an app.
Yeah.
But then when I'm hit with a new sunscreen that like... Okay, so I really want to go to Korea. I think a trip to Korea is my future. And I want to spend multiple days. Like I want to know about the history. I want to see Seoul and I want to see, Jeju Island and all that cool stuff and eat the food. Like Korea would be a dream. But what I really want to do is block off like several days just for skincare. I want to go to all their stores because they have the best. The best. And you can't get them here because we don't have certain UV filters that are approved over there, blah, blah, blah. It's a whole to do.
So they've got like the special exclusive skincare that like...
They're on the cutting edge.
Really?
My love. They're on the cutting edge. They have special facials. They have scalp facials. It's for your scalp. And they go, oh my God, so this feeling right now, this is like...
Yeah.
I feel like this is maybe the feeling of an alcoholic before they go into a bar. But like I said, it's like, no judgment, by the way, whatever, do you? But I just feel like, okay, I could be doing bad things. I could be committing felonies.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm buying skincare.
Yeah.
Is that so bad?
No, it's like some of the like they drink soda, but like they're not doing.
No, soda's very bad.
It is bad, but I'm saying like you could be doing pills, you could be doing things that are actually.
I know, but if you over drink soda, I want you to talk to me. Let's get you off of that. Let's get you onto sunscreen.
And it's probably not good for your skin. So
why don't you become addicted to water? This is what I want to suggest to people who have addictions. Why don't you replace it with water?
Yeah, that's what just get addicted to something that's positive.
How do you get addicted to walking?
I honestly
Why don't you get addicted to taking a warm shower once or twice a day?
And brushing your teeth.
What if you get, what if that's your addiction, but you only do it the normal amount? Think about it. Think about it, people who have issues. And by the way, I have my own issues, but a big one is sunscreen. So it's not like really that bad. Right?
I mean, yeah, sunscreen, like for me, it's a totally different thing, but there's this thing, it's like, these like sounds, like you can basically download sounds like play on a keyboard, and like there's an infinite number that exists, and there's always like sales, and one pops up and like, oh, this one is 1 million pianos, and then it's just like there's never ending. I'm like, ooh,
I
what's
bet.
it? And
it must be addictive to someone like you.
It's
who specializes in sounds.
Like sunscreen, I don't.
That's because you haven't really gotten into it.
But I do like I
think that if you started to really get into sunscreen and you really started to love it,
because like I got beard like there's beard oil now incorporated. Like there's like I've got like there's a nighttime PM lotion that's less greasy. You sleep with that.
Oh my God! Tell me you have a girlfriend without telling me.
And
I love that for you.
What I would recommend to the listeners is I got a heated lotion warmer from.
Ooh.
It was like a random impulse buy on Amazon. It wasn't expensive. It was just like a little container. So and I got this other thing too. Like it was like a large lotion off Amazon. And you put this in there and it'll heat it up. And then when you squirt it out, it's hot, it's warm, and it'll spread easier.
Okay, can I say something? This is not. I know this is like a comedy podcast and we haven't been funny, but let me just say this about a heated lotion thing. Okay. I'm of two minds. Number one, first of all, anything that makes you use more skincare is probably a good thing. So if the experience of putting a nice warm lotion on your face is good and it makes you moisturize your face, please go for it.
It helps facilitate it.
And I'll say that sometimes warmth kind of like makes things sort of more like bio-friendly.
Yes.
Like when you put something like when you try to wash your hair's dirty, you try to wash it in cold water and it doesn't get clean. Yeah. When you wash in warm water, like kind of gets in there. Maybe same kind of thing for lotion. However,
it opens the pores and stuff like that.
Correct. But
yes,
it's also possible that heating a lotion or a skincare product will degrade it and cause it to break down a little bit and could cause certain ingredients to lose efficacy or degrade too much or expire or worst case scenario actually be harmful to the skin. So this is my warning. Let's end on an unfunny note. Let's go out just very serious.
Yeah, did somebody die from that? Or
no, but people have gotten serious skin infections from using expired products. I'm catastrophizing. This isn't really a big deal. Using your warm lotion, I'm sure, is great. I mean, it sounds very jizzy, but I'm sure it's wonderful.
Yeah, it's a nice
The reason that I don't do that is because I already know what it's like. I don't need a lotion bottle for it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I don't.
Oh. But yeah, I don't know. It's been helpful. It's cold in the winter. You gotta put lotion on after showers and stuff. So you gotta
right after the shower. Like, don't let your skin get overly dry. I can't.
No, that's
stop.
the thing. It's like I like showers, but then if you don't do the lotion, then you're gonna be like so dry, and then you're gonna
itchy. Dry, scaly.
And then slowly, like, your mental health starts to chip away.
You're right, and girls don't like that. If you have a girlfriend, lotion. We want you to be soft.
No, it's that with like a constant conditioner. You can't have dry hair. You can't. The weather just constantly killing your skin's moisture.
You get it. 100%. It's so nice to have a man's voice on this podcast because sometimes I feel like I say things that people don't care about, but then if you marginally care, then I'm like, maybe you're everyone.
Look, like men, like we don't maybe like care as much, and it's not as like in the open. We don't watch as much videos and stuff like about makeup or stuff, but we still have to deal with it. Yeah, no, I think
you're right. But you know what? The woman in your life is responsible. I will say this.
She?
Men are,
what do you mean?
Let me make a point.
Okay.
Men are responsible for things like opening doors and paying for dinner. They are carrying heavy things. This is what it is. I don't want to do it. I shouldn't have to do it. My arms look like this. I don't want that for myself. But women, we are responsible for making sure that our men's skin is moisturized and protected from the sun, and that he has good shampoos and conditioners. Like, if we don't do it, who's going to do it? They're going to do goofy stuff like clean out their blood, where you're like, well, that's not what anybody needs to do, really. Show me the studies on that. But sunscreen is so important. They don't know how to cleanse. They use dish soap. Ladies, do women listen to this podcast?
No, you're right. Initially, I was like, well, I buy all my things, but I think there's definitely things I could 100% be doing better. There's probably different cloths because I feel like
I just finished my water.
I heard of that. It was impressive.
So brutal.
It was like you really like at the end there you were like, like it was like a horror movie. And you're just like escaped.
But I got through it. If you're listening to this, finish your water. Let's finish it together. I already finished. I don't think I'm better than people, but I did do that.
Honestly, like that's kind of a nice tradition. Like when we start the episode, just fill up your cup.
I love that for us.
And we'll drink it together.
Can we do that? If you also drank a glass of water and you're watching this on YouTube, can you please leave a water?
Or
not the water droplets that make it look like you're coming, but like a glass of water. No, don't share a video. You're asking people to show genitals.
No, don't do that. But if you want to show yourself hydrating, like,
I'm scared of what people will take that to mean. No, our audience is the best. You share any video you want. It's going to come up censored if we don't already follow each other. So I'm not that scared.
Yeah, like if you try to be creepy, like it's just...
No, don't be creepy. You guys already know. You guys are the best. All right. Well, that's our show. This was so much fun, Andrew.
This was so fun. Thank you.
We miss Amanda so much. Please send thoughts and prayers. Send her good vibes so that she's healed. She's going to be fine. But we want her to
drink some water.
Drink some water. Does she need a blood cleaning? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge.
She may. She wasn't feeling good, but I don't think it was that serious.
I don't think so either.
I don't know. There could be a Groupon for it.
Is there a Groupon in her future? Anyway, we love you so much. Thank you for listening. Oh my God. If you stayed until the end, say something, reach out. I love you, and we'll see you next time.
Message Keren about sunscreen.